Welcome everybody today. I'm Jennifer Caniglio with Corporate Counsel Business Journal, and we're thrilled to be working with our partner, American Arbitration Association, to present today's Tech Tuesday webcast, Know Where You Stand Before You Walk in the Room, introducing the Resolution Simulator. Our distinguished speaker today is Diana Didia, Executive Vice President and Chief Technology and Innovation Officer for American Arbitration Association. Please direct all of your questions to Diana. You can download the deck and fill out the survey with your feedback at the end. You can do so on your console or right there on your top menu bar. And now let's get started. It's my pleasure to pass it off to Diana. Diana, take it away.
Yeah, thank you, Jennifer. So good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. As Jennifer mentioned, I'm Diana Didia. I'm the Chief Technology and Innovation Officer for the American Arbitration Association. And today I am going to give you a preview of a new product that we've developed called Resolution Simulator. The Resolution Simulator leverages the AI legal reasoning brain we built for our AI arbitrator to provide users with an early case assessment. So let's jump in and I'll show you what we're going to be covering today. I'm going to focus on three things. First, I'll set the stage regarding why legal teams can benefit from an additional way to pressure test a dispute before an arbitration, mediation, or even litigation. Second, I'll walk through the foundation on which the Resolution Simulator is built, which is our arbitrator modeled reasoning supported by the AAA's approach to AI governance. And lastly, I'm going to walk you through the product itself. You'll see how it moves from the submission of case materials to structured analysis and a non-binding simulated award. So let's start with the problem we built the Resolution Simulator to solve. Resolution Simulator is designed for the professionals shaping a resolution strategy. For outside counsel, that may mean pressure testing and building the strongest possible case before mediation, arbitration, or litigation. For corporate legal departments, it may mean assessing exposure across active matters and deciding whether to negotiate, mediate, arbitrate, litigate, or pursue an earlier resolution, often with limited time. If parties already preparing for mediation, or arbitration, it may mean understanding how a neutral arbitrator could view the dispute before the conversation starts. I'll add one distinction here. Resolution Simulator's reasoning engine is grounded in arbitral standards. It's how a neutral evaluates claims, evidence, and posture. A judge or jury in litigation isn't bound by the same rules, but the exercise of pressure testing your case against a rigorous, structured, outside perspective is valuable regardless of which room you're walking into. The common need is a clearer, more structured view of the case at a point when the perspective can influence strategy. So what does that look like in practice? At its core, Resolution Simulator delivers structured, transparent arbitral reasoning at the moments in a case when an outside perspective matters most. The important words here are structured and transparent. The objective is not just to generate an answer, it is to show how the dispute was analyzed and how the reasoning led to the simulated result. For legal professionals, though, trust requires more than outcomes. It requires visibility into the reasoning behind it. And that level of trust begins with how the technology is designed, governed, and monitored. So let me talk a little bit more about that. So how does our approach to governed AI apply to our Resolution Simulator? First and foremost, the Resolution Simulator is a single party product. Nothing you submit will be shared with an opposing side. Your documents are used only to generate your simulation. At no time is anything that you submit being used to train any models. Your data stays yours. And this doesn't stand apart from how we govern the AI models themselves. The AAA has built a formal AI governance working group. This year we published standards for AI in ADR, a framework built around 6 commitments: ethical and human-centered use, privacy and security, accuracy and reliability, explainability and transparency, accountability, and finally adaptability as the technology keeps evolving. We've also brought on board a vice president dedicated to AI governance. So this is an operating discipline with a full-time owner within the AAA. Practically for you, that means every Resolution Simulator output, all the outputs that the Resolution Simulator produces, it's built for human review with validation checkpoints at each stage. and a standard of scrutiny equivalent to how we'd expect any neutral's reasoning to be reviewed. 100 years of institutional rigor is the backbone, and our AI operates inside it. With that foundation in place, let's look at how the process works step by step. The workflow begins once related case materials are available. First, the user submits materials for both sides of the dispute, including claims, counterclaims, evidence, legal authority, and other supporting documents. Second, the AI identifies and summarizes the key issues. Then the user reviews this work, makes any needed adjustments, and validates the information before the analysis is finalized. This checkpoint is essential. The user can confirm that the simulation begins with an accurate representation of the dispute. The third step, the product develops a structured case analysis covering the claims, counterclaims, amounts, key issues, timeline, and other factors that may affect the outcome. Fourth, the user can validate the reasoning, reviewing how the AI worked through key issues and amounts, and querying the underlying documents to check the logic yourself. Finally, the product generates a non-binding simulated decision illustrating how an arbitrator might reason through the dispute. Running the same case again with different variables or a different valuation assumption or different weighting of an issue gives you a range that you can bring into a settlement conversation ahead of trial, arbitration, or mediation. Now that you understand the framework, let's move from the process on paper to experiencing the application itself. As we move through the demonstration, I would encourage you to watch for three things: where the user reviews and validates the information, 2, how the product makes its analysis visible, and 3, how it moves from case materials to a reasoned simulated decision. Also consider how these insights could inform different strategic choices, whether the next step is arbitration, mediation, litigation, settlement, or another path towards resolution. So let's begin with the information the user provides and follow it through to a simulated decision. To use Resolution Simulator, our user begins by naming the simulation and completing the submission process. Once the submission has been named, a user continues by entering a name for each party, and then uploading the parties' position statements, followed by their exhibits and any applicable case law. Position statements and exhibits are required to complete the submission process. Helpful information is available regarding how to structure a position statement, organize exhibits and case law. Resolution Simulator allows users to drag and drop documents or select them from another location. Once the documents have been submitted, the user can then click Continue. Next, the AI will then begin extracting the claims, counterclaims, and associated amounts from the uploaded position statements. A user can review the descriptions of the claims and edit them by adding, deleting, or updating the claim types, claim descriptions, or amounts. With Resolution Simulator, the user remains the human in the loop, ensuring that the AI receives accurate information for downstream processes and analysis. Once the claims, counterclaims, and amounts have been confirmed, the user submits payment for the simulation. After payment is confirmed, the AI generates its understanding of the case highlights. The case highlights include a case summary detailing important information about the case. The case highlights include itemized claims, itemized counterclaims, and summaries of the claimants' and respondents' positions. In addition, the system generates a timeline for review with citations to the specific exhibits containing meaningful dates related to the case. And you'll see on the right-hand side that an AI case assistant is also available, allowing the user to query the corpus of uploaded documents. After reviewing the case highlights, the user clicks Analyze Key Issues. And the user can then move on to understand how the AI will evaluate the case. This includes the AI's analysis of the key issues, a review of the resolution amounts, and finally, a simulated decision. First, the AI breaks down each claim into its key issues and questions that it must resolve to evaluate it. The claim is broken down into legal and factual components. The user remains the human in the loop and can edit the issue title or key question, add a missing issue, or delete an issue that is not relevant. Next, when the user clicks Generate Analysis, the AI presents its conclusion for each key issue. The findings explain the reasoning supporting the conclusion and cite the relevant source documents. Here again, the user can edit, add, or delete issues for consideration before proceeding. And the user can give a thumbs up or a thumbs down rating based on whether the analysis is helpful, accurate, or appropriate, which helps with the continuous improvement of the AI. After reviewing the key issues, the user can move on to reviewing the resolution amounts. For each resolution amount, the user can view a detailed analysis of the findings for the amount associated with each claim. There is no additional interpretation of the monetary amounts associated with the claims. That validation occurred earlier during the claims review step. Once the claims and their associated amounts have been reviewed, the user can move on to the simulated decision. The final section generates and presents the simulated decision. The AI brings together the case information, claims, key issues, and resolution amounts to produce a structured assessment that includes an introduction, detailed analysis, and conclusion. The conclusion summarizes the outcome and itemizes any amounts awarded. The simulated decision is not binding, does not involve human arbitrator review, and can be downloaded for future reference. Okay, to wrap things up, Resolution Simulator is not simply an AI tool. It is grounded in the AAA's century of experience administering disputes. That institutional experience provides the procedural framework for each simulation, including the rules, standards, principles, and neutrality that govern AAA proceedings. Those standards shape how the simulation evaluates the party's positioning, including which factors matter and how the procedural posture of the dispute should be considered. The system does not learn from or retain the case information submitted during a simulation. The result is a simulation informed by decades of institutional knowledge and the same standards that shape the AAA's approach to dispute resolution. It's important to remember that this is a non-binding simulation. It is designed to help legal professionals understand where they stand before they walk in the room. A few things to note. The Resolution Simulator is not yet live. It will launch in the fall. And it's worth noting, if you're following along with our AI arbitrator story, the AI arbitrator is currently only available for construction disputes. When the Resolution Simulator launches in the fall, both the Resolution Simulator and the AI arbitrator will be available for use for both construction and commercial contract disputes. So we're broadening the certification of the brain. And if you would like a personal walkthrough of the product, or have, would like to have your questions addressed more fully, you can scan this code and a member of our team will be in touch. But also, since the presentation did not take up all the time, I think we're ready to address a few questions, and I will let Lauren or Jennifer facilitate that for me.
Perfect. I have a question for you. What types of disputes is the resolution simulator best suited for, Diana?
So certainly when it goes live, it will be suited for construction contract disputes, but also commercial contract disputes that arise from commercial agreements across industries, including but not limited to technology, financial services, accounting, legal, telecom, transportation, and insurance. We're really leveraging, all the types of cases that may be submitted to the AAA under our commercial and construction rules. We've leveraged those data sets to certify this AI brain to reason through those types of cases like a human neutral would.
Perfect. Here's another one. Can it be used before litigation or mediation, or is it designed only for arbitration?
It can be used before litigation. As I went along, I was trying to make that point that certainly this is all grounded in arbitral reasoning and an arbitral process, but these are legal outcomes and a lot of factual disputes here. So we do believe that it would give you early insight even into a litigation process and not just an arbitral process.
Okay. Is this a simulated award or a standard award?
This is simulated. You see that we're really leveraging the AI arbitrator product that we wrote, and we thought there was a lot of benefit to structuring it like an award that would be issued from the AI arbitrator or certified by a human. So it looks similar, but it is a simulated award. It is not in any way binding.
Okay. There looks like there's a lot of very specific questions that I think that we'll take offline and answer to the original asker, but that seems to be all of our general questions that we have now.
All right, well, great. We're very excited about, really this is an expansion of our AI arbitrator suite. We feel that folks are hungry to actually get their hands on the AI arbitrator, and this is a way for you to do that unilaterally. You can actually see the way that the AI brain that we've built, the AI arbitrator, reasons its way through a case. We think there's tons of value as standalone as a simulation early case evaluation tool, but we also think that it's going to drive usage to our AI arbitrator process. And so, yeah, we're very excited about your attendance today, and we hope you take time to learn more about it. Please scan the QR code. And again, we will be in touch. So thank you very much and enjoy the rest of your day.
Perfect. Thank you, Diana. And thanks to everyone who joined us today.
Thank you.